Yeah, that's a big thing in this show is relationships. It's like the major underlying theme is like how we deal with complex and even non-complex friendships and relationships. Anyone else? A couple more things that you're walking away from the show with? To be brave. Love it. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a great one. That's a great one. Yeah, right there. To stay positive. Awesome. Awesome, yeah. To be strong. Love it. Yes. To stick to your friends. Yes, friends are so important. Yep. Material things is not everything. You will not always find happiness by buying more things or having nice things. Your happiness is not going to be found in things, for sure. Yep. To value yourself. Absolutely. That's such an important lesson. And such a hard thing to understand, too, right? Like, what does that mean to value yourself? To value yourself, to find, like, worth in who you are. Yeah, to know your worth. Yeah, yeah. Suicide is not the answer. Huge. Absolutely. As somebody who personally has dealt with that at some dark times in my teenage years, I will say that it was not the answer. It is not the answer. Yeah. All right, we'll take a couple more and then we'll start the questions. Say again? Don't judge people because you never know what they're going through. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Awesome. Oh, yeah, one more. Be yourself, no matter who thinks whatever they think of you. All right, cool. So we're going to go down the line and we're going to introduce our characters and we're going to open the floor for you guys to ask any questions of the characters.
Hi, I'm AJ.
What's up? I'm Zach.
I'm Billy Billy Billy.
Hey, I'm Jennifer.
Yo, he want to know if he was a gangbanger. Hold on.
Nah, I was just a dancer.
Oh, it's Billy. Billy say that she the gangbanger. I feel like yeah, none of us really gangbang really hard like that. Like we have close friends and stuff, but like none of us really like are particularly like in a gang. We like stick close to one another. There's a lot of love between us, but yeah, this is the gang.
This is the squad.
More of a squad than a gang for sure.
Nah, we've been friends since like middle school. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, we've been friends since middle school.
Yeah, the question is if Zach is a poet. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that I struggle with for a little while, but through like my friends telling me that I should do it, that I was good at it, I feel like it helped me to understand that where my voice was as a poet and as a writer, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. It was a little short-lived, but, like, she has my heart, you know? She does have my heart.
Yeah.
Okay. So shortly after that, my mom finally believed what I was telling her and kicked him out the house. The thing with this is, like, when it comes to bringing it to trial, unfortunately, it's like a lot of he said, she said. So we're still trying to get with the courts and, you know, when he does show up to court, long story short, he hasn't been reprimanded or apprehended for it, but I'm trying to get justice for it.
Yes.
No. So his question was, did I take Zach's advice on trying to hook up with Jennifer? No. No. The good thing was that like Jennifer kind of like came to me, not in that kind of way, but you know it just kind of naturally happened that way. So I didn't have to say much, which was good on my end because I didn't know what to say. So the question was, did me and Jennifer last? No. Yeah, like she left me. She wanted to run around with some guy named Paquito or something like that. I was trying to be the good guy, you know, just be there, support and love her. But you know, good guys always finish last. But we at least you saved the best for last. So
Yo, he brought up Paquito. Yeah, let's go over here. Anybody in the center? What's up? Y'all don't want a question? Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's go. There's a person behind you that hasn't asked a question yet. Yeah.
So did AJ try to kill himself? I did. I held the penknife to my vein. I kind of poked myself, but I didn't like it. It kind of hurt, and in a sense, it didn't feel right. Like I didn't find any kind of pleasure or any kind of relief by actually trying to cut myself. And I guess in that moment, I knew that was the wrong thing to do. So, yeah. So how did I get over Jennifer, my princess? Like I said in my my ending monologue, I watched a very close friend of mine get shot and die, and I got to see how precious life really can be, and just watching my friend with 3 bullet holes in him, and him bleeding out, and him trying to talk but he can't, and blood rushing out of his mouth. It was a really life-changing event for me. So I can no longer look to someone else or something else outside of my own personal self for validation for living. So why did Jennifer cheat on me? I think that's a Jennifer question, because I would know.
Okay. So what had happened was I was going through a lot in my time. Like, we all know about what happened with my dad, and I was really in a place where I felt like nobody was valuing me. So what was the point of really valuing myself? And I felt like I was getting all this attention based on my body, so why not just kind of flip the script and use it to my advantage? So I was waiting for the bus, and I saw this dude, this like older guy. We started chatting, and it really what it came down to was all about power. Like the fact that I had this dude who was like 21, like wrapped around my finger, and like he could buy me things just because he liked the way that I looked. Like, to me, that felt amazing. I kind of lost myself in that and really forgot about someone who had been by my side the whole time. And looking back, it was like one of the biggest mistakes I've ever done. But, I was going through it. I will always love him, but I'm not in love with him. There's a difference. Yeah. Listen to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Why did Zach go to jail? Zach, I went to jail because of a case of mistaken identity. I was freestyling on the train for tips, and that's how I was making my money at the time. And the cops put out a call for a young black man in a hoodie, and I just happened to be wearing the gray hoodie, and they saw me and arrested me. So it wasn't a lot of time that I spent in jail, but it was definitely like kind of a nerve-wracking process to get out of the situation, for sure. But AJ's uncle was able to be there and like help guide me through that. So really thankful for him and his family, for sure. Yeah. All right, so cool. Oh, sorry. All right, cool. So we're gonna switch out. We're gonna go down the line. We're gonna introduce our real names, and you can ask us questions as actors.
So I'm Kevin.
My name's Joseph.
Annalisa.
Hi, I'm Devin.
Questions? You over there.
So his question was, how old was I when I started dancing? I was 18.
Did all of these stories really happen? So the stories are based on the true story, some true stories, and then some from friends, and then some kind of improvised. Kevin is one of the original members. We've been doing the show for 8 years, so I'll let him speak a little more to that.
Yeah, so like Joseph said, these are real situations, and some of these stories are true stories for some of the original cast members, but also stories that they've witnessed happen in their own personal lives. My story of AJ being bullied and teased, beaten up, not the geek aspect or the nerd aspect. I wasn't that smart, but I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was small, I was quiet, and I was like the easy target to be picked on and then bullied, tripped in the hallway, hit in the stomach a couple of times because I was a lot bigger than I am now. And the suicide aspect of AJ in this particular version of the show is actually another character that used to be a part of the show that I infused into AJ. Me, myself, I've never had to deal with suicide thoughts or situations, but I kind of had to go to a dark place and try to think about it, and that's where I had to pull from in order to perform my suicide monologue.
How long was I in jail for? I was never in jail. I'm kidding. No, my character, I think, only spent a couple days in prison, in jail, yeah. Say again? Yeah, so AJ's uncle was a part of the process of getting Zach out of jail, yeah. Yeah, great question. So the question is, Zach has a brother that's in the military, and he's wondering if I have any experience with that. I actually am the son of an officer in the military. My dad got out of the military as a major, an airborne ranger, which means he's like the Navy SEALs version of the Army. He would jump out of planes and do all kind of crazy stuff like that. And so I always had a very turbulent relationship with my father. It was crazy because I was always this young artist kid who wanted to dance around and play, and he was like engineer, military, he went to the Gulf War. We just were very, very, very different people. And even to this day, we don't have the best relationship. We're cordial and we're able to like have conversations now, but our lives really never intersected in that way. He's very left brain and I'm very right brain. Yeah. How do we meet? You want to talk about that?
So I auditioned originally just to dance in this particular play, and what ended up happening was Lynn, our director, casted everyone, and she gave us scenarios and said to basically improv or freestyle, and that's how this entire production came about.
Yeah, and then I came to the production through a publication called Backstage or Playbill. It was Playbill. Playbill.com and Backstage are both online publications where you find auditions for things. And yeah, I got the job from there.
One of my friends referred me to Lynn. Yes.
I guess to kind of like expound upon that, because we kind of got picked up at the same time. But the way that I met Lynn was Annalisa and I were doing a street performance in response to the murder of Mike Brown. And Lynn came to that, and she scooped us up, and here we are today. Yeah.
No, I didn't audition in Harlem. I actually auditioned in the Bronx on in Kingsbridge, in Grand Concourse at I don't remember the place. There you go, Concourse House, up near Kingsbridge, which wasn't too far from where I actually grew up at. For this? I had a blast, but not all auditions are fun. Do any of us live on Dykeman? I do not.
I do not live on Dykeman.
I do, in fact, live in the Heights. What up?
I don't. I live in Astoria.
Is Staten Island not a real borough? The truth is, so here's the truth. Here's the truth. I won my third grade geography bee, so I can confirm that Staten Island actually is a borough. Take that to the bank. I also live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, just right across from Staten Island, so I see it out my window. So it is there, and it is a borough on the map. Was Billy a nerd?
Oh my gosh, yeah, Billy, yeah. Yeah, Billy's a total nerd, but she's one of those nerds that every now and then you're like, oh, sick, okay, Billy. You know, they just kind of peep out. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I feel about Billy. She was very accepting of herself. Yeah, she was definitely down to explore and like put on different characters and like be different people at times, but she always sticks true to herself.
So there are a lot of elements to Jennifer that I can personally relate to. As far as her home life goes, I was never at the hands of domestic abuse. However, my parents divorced, so I could relate to the breakdown of my family structure. And as far as Jennifer feeling like objectified for being a woman in society, I can definitely relate to that. I've been in emotionally abusive relationships. I have had to kind of reconcile and understand that even though society ultimately sees me as a piece of flesh, I am so much more than that, and my power and worth is beyond that. And every person in this room should realize that. And yeah. So, yeah.
What inspired us to be actors?
For me, I had no intentions of being an actor. When I first came into this production, I solely just came in as a dancer, and then I turned actor, and I kind of like it now. Amongst other like creative outlets, but I like acting.
For me, I was a young person. I was probably like 8 years old when the question of like, what do you want to be when you grow up started to become a part of my life. And it was one day my mom was watching Young and the Restless, or one of the soap operas. And you like that show? It's a good show. Still going on, like 30,000 years later. But my mom introduced the fact that the people on television, that was a job. Like these actors were getting paid good money to do this. And I said like, oh, if you can play pretend for money, like that definitely sounds like something I'd be good at and would love to do.
Yeah, I always wanted to be in front of people, and my dad would tell me I'm good at it. So I was like, okay. I just kept on going with it.
This is something that I've always wanted to do. But if I had to like pinpoint a moment where I was like, yes, I was like maybe like 2 or 3 years old, and I was watching MTV back in the day where they actually played music videos, and I saw Michael Jackson's Bad video. And you guys should YouTube it because it's like the real video is like 18 minutes long. It's like a short film directed by Martin Scorsese, and I was just like watching it, and I was like, I want to do that. So kudos, Mike. Thank you. What's up?
Awesome. So thank you again for coming. We are on social media. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. And on both of those platforms, we are Solid Ground NYC. Again, it's Solid Ground NYC. We'd love to continue the conversation with you. If you have any other questions, or if you want to post pictures or tell us how you felt about the show, anything goes. It's a free space. Solid Ground NYC. Again, find us on Solid Ground NYC. Thank you so much for being here, guys. A round of applause for yourselves again.